Something Sweet with Carrie and Alyssa. Hey, girl.
Hey girl.
Welcome to Something Sweet podcast with Carrie and Alyssa.
Whoop, whoop.
Woo woo. I'm Alyssa. I almost said I'm Carrie. I think because your name comes first, I'm so used to saying you first.
I'm Carrie. She's
And I'm
Alyssa.
Alyssa. And it's Saturday morning, and it's been
It is.
a busy morning.
Yeah, you will for you.
Well, for me.
Not really for me.
I know Carrie said
I'm
you
very
said you were
chill.
just chilling when you texted me, and Parker was in the car with me,
Yeah.
and because I was like, can you text Carrie and tell her like I bailed last night, and then like I've been like pushing it back 15 minutes like all morning, and so I was like, can you text Carrie and tell her like 11, and then I'm so sorry. And then he was like, she said she's just chilling. I'm like, oh, I love that for her. I wish I was just chilling.
Well, and I love
So
how he knows how I am too. He's like, she's good. She's
yeah,
chilling.
she's
It's
fine.
fine.
She's just
Yeah,
chilling.
it's
I'm like,
fine. It's
that's
fine.
fabulous. I love that.
Literally.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
we had to drive out to Roseville this morning. So we kind of the way we came back because
That's
696
my
was such shit. We actually drove through like I think it was like a part of Utica and stuff because there was a part where I was like, I remember this from when I came home from your vision board party.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
Even though like it was so confusing right there and I was like definitely in the middle of two lanes and I'm like, oh my God, these people probably want to kill me. But anyway, I figured it out. Um, yeah, we got
So,
home.
so I have questions. Roseville's random.
That is where my ex-husband is currently staying.
That's like far
I
from
know.
everything.
I know. You're telling me, girl.
It's
So,
like far. It's like farther than my house.
yeah, it was far. It was only 30
Yeah.
minutes, but it just felt so far. But then yeah, but then we just got home and then it was like 5 to 11. I'm like, "Oh my God, I gotta, do everything." And of course Parker had to poop. And we only have one bathroom, and it's so annoying. So then I didn't realize I had to pee until like he was already in the bathroom. And like I had
Hmm.
my makeup like out here, so I was like it just threw on a little bit and was trying to get ready real quick. And then so then he came out, and if he listens to this, he's gonna kill me or if he hears me talking about it. But I was like
I know.
I
It's
was
like I can't believe we're talking about this. This is real life,
I
guys.
know this is what we gotta do. This is what we gotta do to get the listeners, right? So he came out and then I was like, is it stinky? He's like he's like, well, it's like not stinky. And I'm like, okay. I was like, well, I guess I'll just hold my pee and then I'll
Oh,
maybe pee
no.
and break. I don't know.
Yeah.
So if I'm
Okay. Yeah.
like
Yeah.
dancing and
Yeah.
wiggling around, that's why I gotta pee.
That's why. Okay.
Yeah, because one bathrooms suck. So
Oh my gosh.
yeah. Do you have one bathroom?
No, we have
Oh,
two.
that's amazing.
Yeah. Yeah.
Love
Love
that
that
for
for
you.
us.
Love that for
Oh.
you.
Yeah. Like the upstairs is the only one with the shower, though. The downstairs has like a
Oh,
big
okay.
old bath. Like, like those tubs with like, forget what they're called. They have like
The
the
feet?
legs on them. The little, yeah,
What
you know
are
what I'm
those
saying?
called?
What are they called?
I have no idea. Like a clawfoot bath or something?
Yes,
Am I
that's
right?
what it's called.
Okay,
I
I just
think you're
like I
right.
swear I just pulled that out of my butt. I
Wow,
gotta
that is
Google it
really
because I'm
good.
not even sure.
I'm
That's
pretty
what it's
sure.
called?
I think so.
Clawfoot bath. Oh my God. Wow, I'm
Is it?
good. Yeah. So what have you been up
Um,
to?
I'm trying to think if we did anything fun recently. I don't
You
think
guys have been going
so.
to the movies.
Oh, we have been going to the movies. Yes, yes. So we went and saw the Super Mario Galaxy movie. So
Hmm.
good. And I think last time I talked about the Pout Pout Fish, the book that Jordan used to love when he was
I don't
little.
know if you talked about it. Maybe you did.
Oh,
That it was
okay.
so cute.
Um, yeah, so he used to love the Pout Pout Fish, the book when he was
That's
little.
like my favorite kid
And
book.
it is literally so cute. And I remember just doing like different voices, and he would always do the blub part with me.
Yes, Peter
Um,
loves the blood part.
yes. And like Jordan didn't talk really until he was like, I don't even know, like 4.5. Like
Oh
he was just a
wow.
late talker.
Hmm.
He was like a late talker. Like he said some things, but like not like how he is now. Like
Yeah, now he's
now
a
he's a little
chatterbox.
chatterbox. Yeah.
Yeah, same with Jace.
So yeah, like he just didn't. And whenever people are nervous about their kids not talking or whatever, I'm like, my son, yes, there are times where you have to intervene. I get that, but
Hmm.
my son was just a late talker, and just some kids are just later than others, and I think they put like so much pressure on them to talk when they're like 2,
Hmm.
and it's okay. You know what I mean? Like, I
Yeah.
don't know. So, I mean, if you look at him now, you would never know that. Like, I tell people
No.
that, and they're like, "There's no way," and I was like,
No.
"Yeah, no."
Would never guess.
So yeah, so anyways, he like loved that book. Like I remember reading it to his preschool class, and he
Hmm.
would always do the blub part with me, and that was like the only part of the book that he like would do because he didn't really talk.
Yeah.
Um and so when I saw that movie coming out, I was like, "Oh my gosh, this will be super cute. I wonder if he'll like remember." And he did, and he was even like after the movie, he was like, "They didn't have that one part in it." It's like, okay, like okay. So I posted my reel for MJR because I like collabed with them. And his one teacher from, I don't know if you guys have a Child Time by you.
Yeah.
Have you ever
Hmm.
heard of Child Time?
Yeah.
Okay. I was going to say they
It's
have
like a
locations
daycare.
all over. Yeah. So when I was finishing up school, because I got pregnant when I was still finishing up college at Oakland, and I think I took like one semester off, and then I took online classes at next semester, and then I like went back and finished. And I remember having to find daycare around that time, and child time was near my house. I could drop him off on my way to Oakland and then pick him back up after I got done.
Hmm.
And I just had, I got really lucky with the teachers that he had there because even the first one, I was so nervous to drop him off. Like, number one, he
Yeah.
hardly talked. And I remember dropping him off. He was like 9 months old.
Hmm.
And he
Just a
was
little
like,
guy.
yeah, and I was just I just remember being so nervous. And she's like, "He'll be fine. Like I'll send you pictures." And I was like, "Okay." And I thought for sure he was gonna like not want me to leave. And he
Yeah.
just went right in there and he didn't give a fuck and he just kept going and I was like, so I
Like
got in
almost
the
broke
car
your
and I
heart.
cried. Yeah, I got in the car and I cried. And then she did send me pictures throughout the day and she was like, all of the kids love him, like blah blah blah. Like he's such
Aw.
a little leader. And I was like, okay, like my little leader. And so I just when he like moved up through the classrooms, because he only stayed in that class for a little bit and then he moved up to like the toddler class, then he
Hmm.
moved up again. So he had this one teacher, her name is Miss Noel. I'm not sure if she's a listener or not, but I have her on social media, so maybe.
Hmm.
But she commented on my reel and she goes, I used to read that to my class all the time, like to his class all the
Yeah.
time.
Hmm.
And then it hit me. I was like, that's how he like loved that book so much because he was hearing it every day when he
Oh,
was
that
going
makes
there.
sense.
And I literally cried and I was like, oh my gosh, like you don't even realize like you do to a certain extent. You're like, okay, this person played a pivotal role like in my child's like development.
Hmm.
Like.
Yeah.
But like years later, like when he's like 10 and I'm thinking about it and I'm like, she really did though. Like
Yeah.
she like I don't know, she is just amazing. Like I remember he was really picky, like a really picky eater and now he's not because like my mom always told me like you should always try new things. Like she would always say that. So now he says that. So he'll
Hmm.
try something once and he'll tell me like I don't really like it. Like
Yeah.
he won't, but he will try it. And I love that because that's like how my mom raised me. And but when he was little, he didn't understand that.
Yeah.
So she would like we would like get so excited when he ate the food at school and not like the food that I packed. Like me and her would like
Aw.
literally be like messaging and be like, "Oh my gosh!" Like I just remember that with her, and like you could just tell that when somebody like loves your kid, like you can just tell,
Hmm.
you
It's
know.
so true.
Um, so yeah, she did. She played a pivotal role, and now I know why he loved that book so much. Because like, yeah, we read it when I was little, or when I was little, when he was little. I'm
Uh-huh.
doing what you did last week. Um, but not like that.
Yeah.
And yeah, so that's the reason why he loves that book so much. So I just thought that
That's
was
so
really cool that she
sweet.
like commented on it and was like, "Oh my gosh." So
Yeah. That was one of the
so
books
yeah.
that I got for Jace's baby shower. And
Mm.
I
Hmm.
think my yeah, and like my it was like when you bring a card instead of a book to a baby shower. So like my stepmom and dad and everybody signed it, which was really cute. And I just immediately fell in love with that book because it's just so cute that he's so pouty and sad, and then he just finds out he's a kiss kiss fish. And he just
with
loves
the
to get
kiss kiss face.
smooches. It's so cute. I
So
love it.
that was what I was going to ask you because I like whenever I pick out a book for people, I do pick
Mhm.
other ones sometimes, but I pick that book sometimes. So I was wondering if I
Yeah.
got him that book, but no, you said it was your family. So
Um, I think we may have bought it ourselves this time, unless you did. I'll have to look in it because you probably wrote
yeah,
on
I'm
it.
curious
I
actually.
don't know because I know the original one I got for Jace, I left behind when I got divorced, and I was like, don't even get me started. I was so bummed because like he doesn't even read to him, so now I'm like pissed that like I ever even left
Yeah,
books,
that you
especially
even
ones
left
that
it.
like
Yeah.
were signed by my family and stuff. There's a few things where it bums me out if I think about it. But I think we bought it for Peter because I loved it so much.
So
So,
cute.
yeah.
So cute. I
It's
still
hard to
have
choose books
the
for baby showers though, because there's so
it
many cute
is. It
ones.
is. And I think now that I'm thinking about it, I might have like chose one that I like another one for you because I just like know you. I don't know. Do you know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
I might have, I don't know. You'll have to let me know if you come
I
across that.
will.
But
You definitely signed it. I'll have to go through and look. I will say
yeah.
some of our books, like I said before, like we just went book shopping recently because some of his books have been destroyed with one, Millie being a puppy, and then two, it's like if there is like a little tear or something, then he has just been like he likes to go to town on them too. So many of our books have just gotten destroyed. So we have had to re-up our book collection, but
I will say, I think that is the coolest idea. I remember when I think my sister told me, my sister's a preschool teacher, so I feel like she's always like pushed books, like I mean I
hmm
have too, but like I just feel like I think she gave me that idea. She
yeah,
was like, you should do like the book instead of a card. And I was like,
yeah,
oh, that's a good idea.
I
And
love that
then
idea.
he got so many books. And
hmm
I was like, that is the best idea ever. And I always tell people whenever they're like planning their baby shower, I'm like, you really should do that. Cause like
Yeah, I
he
feel like
just
a
got
lot of
so
people
many
do it
books.
now,
Yeah, yeah.
but it
But
is
like
such a
when
great
we had
idea.
like the older boys, like I don't feel like it was that like I think people were like just
Somebody
starting to do it, you
Somebody
know?
gave me that idea for Jace. I forget who.
Mhm.
Or maybe I saw it on Pinterest or something because Pinterest was so big back then.
Right.
Um,
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
but we did that and then we also did the I don't even know like what little jingle or phrase they have for it, but like don't wrap your presents. And like
Oh,
I'm
yeah,
not
yeah.
opening
Yeah.
presents. And that
Yeah.
was I feel like the best idea because I feel like that it's like it's fun to watch people open presents at a baby shower, but at the same time, it's like I feel like it's like the lull. You know what I mean? Because it just takes so long because there's
Literally.
so many people usually and
Okay,
so many gifts.
did you do that with Jace too or just Peter?
No, I did it with Jace too. I did I do it?
See,
No, maybe I didn't do it with
I didn't do
Jace.
it with yeah, I was gonna say I didn't do it with Jace. I didn't do it with Jordan.
You know what? I don't.
And I
Now I
don't think
can't
so.
remember.
I feel like people really didn't do that. And literally presents took like 2 hours. Like I'm not even kidding. And we were playing bingo and like people were like over it.
You know what? But for my bridal shower, I don't think I had people wrap gifts, which was even before Jace. So I forget with Jace now. Because I feel like I do remember
Yeah.
opening stuff, but I think for my bridal shower, I didn't do it. But maybe I did. I don't know. I'm getting everything so confused now. With Peter, I definitely didn't do
Yeah.
it. And then my stepsister, who had Bennett like a year and a half after I had Peter, she did the same thing. She was like, I'm not sitting there and opening all these gifts in
No,
front of
like and now
people. And
I
I'm
get
like,
why
no.
people do that.
hmm
And also, okay, so I was trying to explain to Jordan because like in the area where Bye Bye Baby, do you remember that store? Bye Bye Baby.
hmm hmm
Okay, so like in the area it used to be like out by me, on like 59. It's something else now. I think it might even be like a costume shop. You know how like the screamers or whatever like come
Oh, yeah.
like
What
and
are
they
they
take
called?
over the stores.
Spirit Halloween. hmm
Spirit. I'm like, you know what I'm saying. But you could like still see it says like bye bye baby like underneath it. Like the letters are
Yeah.
gone, but like the essence of it. And so I
Yeah.
was like telling him, and I think they even still had like pictures of babies up. They might not now, but like, on the side of the building. And I was like, yeah, I was like, when you're pregnant, you like register, you like create a registry and you put in all the things that you want and need for the baby and then it makes like gift giving easier. And I was like
hmm
explaining it to him and I was like, so we went there and I was like, which that's gone. I was like, and we also went to Babies R Us. And he thought that was
Mm.
hilarious that it's called Babies R Us. Like, he was like, it's like you get a baby from there. And I was like, yeah, no, like, I never really like thought about that. But I was like, yeah, like that's where I registered and that's gone, you know.
Yeah.
And he was like, well, where do people register now? And I was like, Amazon. And I was like, Target. Like, I was like, just places like that.
Or I think a lot
And
of people are using Baby List where it like
yes,
compares like all the prices, I think. Like it makes it
yep,
really
yep.
easy to shop.
Yeah. Yeah. And then like essentially you pick like Walmart, Target, like off of
Right.
baby list. Like
Yeah,
it shows
something
them all.
like that.
So I was like telling him that and I was like, honestly, like that would have been nice back then because I remember like having to load up all the gifts and put them all in the car and then come home and I lived on the top floor, not top floor, but it was like second floor
Hmm.
and literally had to carry all, I mean I didn't, but everyone that helped me like carry
Yeah.
all the stuff upstairs and then unpack it all and then like it was just like all so overwhelming.
Yeah.
And I remember like my cousin Jordan for sure did like come over and she started putting together stuff for me and I think another friend came over and started like helping me put together stuff, but it was just so overwhelming all at once where it's like
Yeah.
if people order it and you get it ahead of time like you have time to like slowly like put stuff together and slowly like
Yeah.
put stuff away and it's not as overwhelming and it comes right to your door. So
I do love people
I
who
don't
have
know.
things just shipped right to
Yeah.
your door.
So yeah, even my friend Kelsey, she just had her son's first birthday party a
Hmm.
couple weeks ago. And I mean, I bought his gift like a month and a half ago and I just shipped it to her house from Amazon. And she like already sent me pictures and videos of him like playing with it. Like he loves it. It was like this
Aw.
musical set. So it had like drums, maracas, like all this like musical
Yeah.
stuff. And he like loves it already. And then my other friend Angie was like, "Hey, like, did you wrap your present yet?" And I was like, "Oh, I just had it shipped." And she's like, "Shoot, I should have did that." Because then she had to
Yeah.
like wrap the gift and stuff. And so then she actually went over there before because then she was thinking about it. And she's like, "Shoot, I don't want her to have to carry all this stuff." So she dropped it
Hmm.
off at her house, which is fine because she was doing that anyway. But she even said he was playing with your gift, like he loves your gift. And I
Hmm.
was like,
That's so sweet.
"Love that, yeah." So
I do
yeah,
love
I
that.
would just totally do it differently if if it would have been like that back then, you know?
Yeah.
So,
I know I need to go baby shopping, I guess you could say. We know so many people who are pregnant right now that are like all about to have babies. But two of our friends out in Buffalo, Hannah and Iris, shout out. Like
oh,
Iris, I think is
tell me
she's
this.
past her due date, so she's like literally having a baby any day. And then
Oh,
Hannah, I think, is at the end of the month, if I'm not mistaken. So I think we're gonna try to go out there sometime in May. I think we were thinking Mother's Day weekend to go see Parker's mom and then maybe visit with them. So I need to get stuff. 'Cause we
oh,
really didn't do like baby
yeah.
shower gifts or anything because obviously we weren't going to the showers out there. So yeah, which is always fun. I
Oh,
love
shout
baby
out to
shopping.
them.
I know. I
And this is like
know.
so random, but when you said their names, okay, so they're okay. Remember when I was obsessed with Love Island? Okay.
Hmm.
Remember it was on like every day, blah, blah, blah. Okay, so they came up with a show last year and it's called After the Villa. So, like Love Island,
Hmm.
it's called The Villa where they're like competing and like hooking up and all that.
Yeah.
So, After the Villa is like real life outside of the show. And it's like its own reality show, but it's like a spin off from Love Island. So, they did it for the cast like season 6. Now they're doing it for season 7 people. And there's a girl named Iris and a girl named Hannah.
Oh,
And so
really?
when you said that, I was
That's
like,
so
that is
funny.
so random, but like I'm so excited for it because it comes out in 4 days and I can't wait.
Oh.
And I will be talking about it. So
Oh, well, there we go.
get ready. Get ready for some Love Island tea.
That's so
So yeah,
funny. Well, you will be bringing that since I never really got on the Love Island train.
I know.
I know.
I wish you would.
Maybe one day. Maybe one day.
It's a commitment though, because it comes out every day except Wednesday.
I
So
know.
it's a commitment.
Who the
It's a
hell's watching
commitment.
every
So
day? That's a lot.
I am
Right here.
me.
Target audience.
Yeah,
Oh, that's so
literally.
funny.
even
That's so funny.
even I randomly my nephew Corey and I were talking and I said we were talking about avocado toast. I don't even remember how this came up. And he
Hmm.
was like, "Oh, I haven't had avocado toast in so long." And he's like, "When's the last time you did?" And I was like, "Well, on vacation, I was like, do you remember when I went with Sassy, Papa, and Jordan to like North Carolina, South Carolina? Or no, it was when we went to Nashville, I think. And I can't remember now. It was one of our like bigger trips. I can't
Yeah.
remember where we were gone like a couple weeks.
Hmm.
And I was like, we were watching Love Island because it comes on, and like
Mm.
we have like a trailer and it has hookup, and so like you could connect to like the electricity or whatever and the Wi-Fi at the parks, and then we would like stream. We have TVs in like every room, so
Yeah.
like me and my mom would literally like at 8 o'clock we'd like get in bed and we'd like watch like Love
That's
Island,
so
and
funny.
they always had avocado toast. So then I was like, we
Mm.
really need to get stuff for avocado toast. So we were like having it like every morning because we were watching it every night, and we would be like
Yeah.
thinking about our avocado toast. So yeah. Do you like
Hmm.
avocado toast?
I'm not an avocado gal. I have, like
Mm.
Parker just recently, we were at one of his friends' house and they had avocado toast. And so he tried it and he's been like an avocado toast man ever since. But
What does he put on his? Because there's like different
we
things.
usually do butter and then avocado and then like an everything bagel seasoning. Sometimes egg. He loves egg on it. And it's like I will say it's not terrible with like the everything bagel seasoning and salt on it. It definitely tastes better. But I guess I like could eat it. It's just not, I would never be like, oh my God, it sounds so good as avocado toast. I don't think I'll ever be that
Girl.
girl.
Okay, so here's what I need you to do.
Hmm.
You toast the bread, you put butter, you put
Mhm.
avocado, you drizzle honey, and then you put everything bagel
Oh,
seasoning, and
okay.
then you
So
let
it's
me
like a
know.
sweet salty. Okay.
That's the way I make it. My
I'll have to
mom
try that.
likes it with, yeah, my mom likes it with like a hard boiled egg, cucumber, tomatoes,
Oh,
everything
wow.
bagel
Okay.
seasoning. Like she likes it like that. I like it more like sweet with like a little salty.
Hmm. You
Mm,
like a little
so
something
good.
sweet. Of course you do.
Yeah, of course I do.
Of course you do. Okay, I'll have
Oh,
to try that and report back.
yes, please. It's
Okay.
so good.
Okay. I'll keep that in mind. Peter, he loves avocado toast.
Oh, love
And then
him.
last time we got
My little bestie.
Chipotle, he was just eating guac like it was going out of style.
Me and him, we're just like two peas in a pod.
Right? Two avocados and a,
I
I
love
don't know. Okay.
him.
I was trying to think of something
You're like,
clever.
that's as far as my wit's going.
That's
You're like,
yeah,
no
that's
clue.
that's all we're getting
That's it.
today.
Anyways,
Anyways, okay, so me and Carrie, well, you watched one doc. I watched a couple docs.
look at
Surprisingly.
you.
I
Okay, I
know.
watched something else though that I want to talk about.
Oh, okay.
So
Well, what
instead of the
order
one doc, I watched something
what
else.
order do you want to go in?
Um,
You want to talk
let
about
me
what we
start
both
off with the
watched?
one.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Let me start off with the one I watched, then maybe the one you watched, and then the one we both watched. How
Okay,
about
that
that?
sounds good.
Okay. So this is
So,
like time relevant because it just came out yesterday.
oh,
Um,
you were on it.
so the Laguna Beach reunion.
Oh, okay.
Yes. Okay, so for those of you that don't know, the Laguna Beach main cast of first season. I say first season because there were some people missing from second
Let the
season.
rain fall
Fall
down. I'm
down,
coming
wake.
clean. I don't
Oh,
know the words
I was like,
anymore.
wake my dreams.
Oh,
Okay. I was like, you're too far ahead. Also, she like posted that that song was like trending yesterday, which of course it was.
of,
Our girl Hillary. But first, I wanted to know if you watched Laguna Beach in middle school or high school, whatever it was for you, because it might have been middle
yes.
school for you.
I think I watched like eighth grade, maybe ninth grade.
Okay, I was gonna say I think it was middle school for you,
I had a girlfriend
and it
back in
was
the
high school for me.
day named Shelby, but don't talk to her anymore. Although, funny though, we both married a Parker. We both have the same last name now. Isn't that weird?
Oh, okay, that's funny.
And actually, I still have, sorry, this is so off topic, but
That's
somehow
okay.
Parker found it the other day. I think he was going through. It's like I have you know how you have a box of all like your memorabilia,
Hmm.
old shit, whatever.
Yes.
Well, me and her, I don't know if you and your friends used to do this, but me and her had a notebook that we would give each other back and forth, and we would write a note and we would give it
Oh,
back and
that's
forth.
fun.
And I still have it. And of course, it's just
We
talking
should
about boy. It was mainly talking about boys just like the entire time. But she was like my Laguna Beach girly bestie.
we should next time get our boxes and we don't have to go through every little item, but just like little funny things.
Okay,
Because I
I
have a
would do
box
that.
too.
Okay, I think
Okay.
every girl has a box. I don't know about
Right.
guys, but yeah, I even had it like on DVD, Laguna Beach.
I think I did too. I had the first season for sure, maybe the second season. Third season, hated it. When they all the main people were gone, hated it,
Yeah,
didn't
I don't
watch it.
even remember that I was like
It was
the
like somebody's
main.
sister.
I have no idea. No, I was just like the
No,
Kristen
first two.
Lauren.
Okay, so were you Team Elsie or Team Kristen
I think
when you were watching it?
LC.
I was too,
She
and I
seemed
love Kristen
nicer,
Cavallari.
but
Hmm
Kristen, I mean, I don't know.
She was like
She was a
made to like
baddie.
look like the villain, the villain. Um, yeah. Um, but also she like played into it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. Okay. So I was curious about that. I needed to know what team you were on. Um, and like what your thoughts were, like what you remember from watching it
What do
all
I
these years ago. It's like 20 some
remember?
years
I
ago.
don't even know.
I
I just
know.
remember like the outfits. It was just like the short jean skirts, the Uggs, the
That's literally what I was gonna get
like almost like
into.
the pinstripe like collared shirt, like total like
Shirts,
Hollister like Abercrombie vibes. I just remember they would have like fires on
layered.
the beach. They would just always I don't know. I really don't know what I remember. Just the parties and like hooking
Yeah.
up. I feel like that's when that phrase came about was like, oh my God, they hooked up. And I was like, what
Yes.
does that even mean? It's just like it could mean anything.
Yes.
Could be from kissing to doing the deed, you
Right.
know?
Right. Which is like I've said like hooking up before to people and they
Hmm.
thought I meant like doing the deed as you called
Oh,
it. And I didn't mean it that way. I meant like made out. Like
yeah.
I like that's where I got it from was
And I
like them.
specifically remember, I feel like the scene where I think they're in a limo and like the Kelly Clarkson Since You've Been Gone, like
Yes.
that is burned in my brain. Anytime I hear Since You've Been
Oh my
Gone,
God, I didn't even
I think
think
of
about that.
Laguna Beach.
Me too. I think of that limo scene.
Hmm.
Oh, okay. Memories.
I think that was like the
Okay.
first episode. I think that's like how they ended the first episode, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, I don't remember. It's been a minute. I would be curious to watch it again just to see. Um,
I would do
but
that.
yeah, and like talk about it. Okay. It would be like quick, it would be easy. But also to watch it as a mom, I think would be cool
Oh,
because they were talking about like how they're all parents now, and not all of them, but the majority of them are, I
yeah.
think they might all be parents actually, or like I think Stephen Coletti is like having a baby. He just got married.
Okay.
The one from Trader. They're all like basically like, married, have kids. At one point they were like, oh my gosh, we're all married. And Kristen was like, well, actually I'm divorced, and like and it was like funny. But it was like the first time that her and Lauren got together and talked on their own
Yeah.
and like basically talked about like how the world like pinned them against each other, against
Hmm.
like multiple boyfriends. Cause also when they went to the hills, remember Brody? So like, but how they genuinely have like all this like love and respect for each other, like even now, like and just how proud of each other they are, and just like, oh my God, it
Aw.
was such a good scene. So they also talk about like at one part, I think they showed like the graduation scene, and one of them was like crying, and she was like, my son or daughter, I can't remember, is in ninth grade. In a few years,
Oh,
they're going to be
wow.
doing that. And like, it
That's
just hit me as like
wild.
a parent. And
Yeah.
so they were like talking about that. So I think it'd be cool for us to watch it now. But I'm not gonna lie, I'm probably gonna cry because I cried like 3 times watching this
Oh, wow.
special. Yeah.
Aw.
So like, something that like shaped your like teenage years. Like it just
Hmm.
was crazy. Like you said, all of the fashion, like they had them on stage, like how like, like a reunion would be, how they have them on stage,
Yeah.
like talking with a host. So they did that, but then they kept like cutting to different scenes. So some of the scenes were, do you remember when Kristen and Jessica wanted to make dinner and they go into that little market and they're like so clueless on like, well, do you think the guys like feta? And they're like, a half a pound or a half a pound? And they like didn't know how to say it.
A
Oh my
half
God.
a
It was
pound or a
like it
half
took,
a pound?
yes, they
Oh
didn't
my
know how
gosh,
to
I thought
say it.
I was ditzy.
Literally, the one girl picks up cabbage as like lettuce, and the other one's like, "That's cabbage," and she's like, "Oh," like, like, yeah. So they like take them back there, and they're like shopping, and like they're like, "Oh my gosh, we were so stupid," and like just like talking to each other. They go to remember when Steven worked at the like surf and sport shop? They like
Yeah.
go back there, and they bought like everybody merch, like so that they could have
Aw.
it at the bonfire later and like take it home. They bought like stickers for the kids and like just like so cute. But oh, they like went to like the nail place and like got pedicures. And they were like talking about scenes from that. They talked about like the fashion trends, like the big belts. Like remember the big like chunky
Mm-hmm.
belts?
Mm-hmm. The
And
belt
then like the layered
buckles.
tank tops and shirts, the trucker hats, the denim
Yes.
skirts, the Ugg boots. So it just like took me back to that time.
Yeah.
But yeah, I definitely got emotional a few times.
And like the razor
Um,
phones.
oh my God, I didn't even
Don't
think
you
about that. I
like,
never had one. I never had one. My friend Jasmine did, and it was like the coolest phone.
I don't think I had a razor, no. But it's just like, yeah, what a time. Like what a
What a
I wish we
time.
could just go back there. Like I wish technology never like as much as I love
I know.
an iPhone and my GPS and the fact that I could go on the internet on my phone.
The GPS for sure.
GPS,
Like, I
okay,
don't
it
know
would
how
be
we
hard
did
to
it
go with the
before.
GPS. It would be hard to go with the
Yeah,
GPS. Although it would
that's
probably
the
be
one
better
thing.
if we did, because then we would be forced to memorize directions.
True.
But
True.
I almost wish like technology to like it just froze and I just never got beyond that. Like I miss
Yeah.
those times. I feel like they were simpler.
Well, they were also talking about how they like didn't have social media back then. So like they think it
Yes.
would have been a different experience back then
Oh,
if they did.
for sure. For
And it was
sure.
just so interesting to like hear from them. I don't know.
Hmm. Yeah.
Yeah, it was really good though.
I'll have to watch
There
it.
was okay, yeah. If you're gonna watch it, then I'm not gonna say a part.
I mean, you can still say it.
Okay. So there, like twist my arm. There was a part where they were talking. It was like the one where they showed like graduation,
Hmm.
and they showed like graduation, or yeah, I think it was graduation, and they were like all of them were like getting ready with like their families and their parents. And
Hmm.
I don't know if you know, but like there was a scene with like Kristen and her brother, and she was talking about her car being Dunzo. Do you remember that?
Oh my God, the
Remember the
word
whole Dunzo thing?
Dunzo. Yes.
And she's like, the car is old. And she's like talking with him, and he's like kind of joking back with her. Well, her brother passed away like
Oh.
year like after Laguna Beach, but like I can't remember exactly when. So he's no longer like here. And
Hmm.
so she was just saying, I love that. I think he might have committed suicide, but like don't quote
Hmm.
me. Because she said, like, I love that, like, this is how I'm like seeing him because this was like when he was at his
Yeah.
happiest. And like she was
Hmm.
like, it just, and she didn't cry, but like she is kind of that person that like has like a hard exterior. But I think all of them cried. Dieter, his dad had passed away like since then, and so he was seeing
Oh.
like, with his dad. And then I didn't know Stephen Coletti's mom passed away from cancer. And so he was like,
Oh.
I didn't know that. Yeah. And so like a couple years ago, like a year or two ago. And so, it was a scene with his mom and then like also like Lauren's parents, I guess, got divorced like after that. So she was like, it is cool to like see, them interacting together when they were together. And, it's just a memory book that we have like forever basically. So
Yeah.
I know it was really good.
I think let me just look because it talked about hyperthermia, but it is talking about depression. Give me
Is it
AI
Kristen's
mode.
brother?
Yeah.
Hmm.
Her brother Michael died of accidental hyperthermia after crashing his car and becoming disoriented in the high desert of Grand County, Utah in late 2015. So
Mm.
they found his Honda Civic abandoned on a dirt road near Interstate 70. The car's engine was still running, the radio was blaring, and the airbag had deployed. They searched for him for 2 weeks before they found
Wow.
him.
But it says he struggled with mental illness,
Yeah, he
bipolar
struggled with.
disorder, and substance
Oh, you're
abuse.
reading it. Yes.
Uh-huh.
At the time of the crash, he was
Oh,
reportedly coming off a bender and had not slept while driving from Southern California toward Chicago. So
hmm.
that is very tragic.
That is, yeah. Well, so yeah. It was a really cool thing for them to all come back together though, and they even had
Hmm.
like a bonfire as like the last
Yeah,
scene. So
that's cool.
that was really cool.
Okay, so I watched on Netflix The Plastic Detox,
Okay.
and super interesting. It was actually different than I anticipated. Like it obviously is about detoxing from plastic, but basically this woman named Dr. Shayna Swan, I think that's how say her name, Shayna. I just Googled real quick exactly what her title is, but she's a prominent environmental and reproductive epidemiologist, don't know how to say that, and a professor at Icahn School of Medicine at Mount Sinai in New York City. In the documentary, there's like six couples that have unexplained infertility. So that means like they can't figure out
Mm.
why they're having issues having a baby. She basically does a 90-day plastic detox, like kind of experiment with them to determine if reducing exposure to endocrine disrupting chemicals, like always forgot to say this word, phthalates and BPA can improve their fertility and like outcomes. So there were six
Wow.
couples and she went in their home. So basically, she did like a bunch of testing. She tested like what the chemicals were like showing in their bodies, and they were all like off the charts, like so extremely unhealthy. So she went through their homes and started, basically saying like this is what we need to change. So when you think about it, like after you watch this documentary, you truly see how much plastic is in your home and how often you are exposed to it from our clothes. Like polyester is just plastic. So it's very curious to like look at your labels on your clothes to see like what is cotton, what is spandex, what is nylon, what is the polyester. So much is polyester. And I think I brought this up recently on a different
You did,
episode
yeah. Yeah.
where there's a woman on TikTok, I don't know her name, but she knows about fashion. And so she goes into like these stores like Macy's and like higher end stores and she looks at the price and then she looks at the tag where it has like the label and she's like, why are we paying like $500 for a plastic shirt? It's all polyester. Like
Yeah.
this isn't, it's like it's one thing if it was cotton or wool or whatever, but like we're paying for shit. And that
Wow.
is disrupting our hormones potentially. So, in addition to
Mm.
clothes, it's everything to do with hard plastics and soft plastics. So, yes, fabrics, your kitchen utensils, cutting boards. There's tea bags that could be plastic, fruit packaging. A lot of these things, then that come in plastic packaging, you put in the microwave, and then when it heats up, it like gets even worse, like the exposure. And then just everything from like I can't say hangers. It sounds so weird when I say the
I
G.
love when you say hangers.
Everybody loves what I say, so they can make fun of me. But hangers. See, I can't say it
Hangers.
right even when I try.
Hangers. Yeah.
In your closet, they're typically plastic. Toothbrushes you're putting in your mouth, or deodorant, what that comes in, are carpets, toys, baby bottles. Literally everything. They're like even a canned good, like there's still like a plastic film in it. So it gets very overwhelming when you think about it, but I think just making slight changes is good. Like we have made slight changes over the year. Like we used to have a plastic cutting board, and that's probably like one of the worst things because you're literally slicing into the plastic all the time. And all those little microplastics are then getting into your food, where if you have a wooden cutting board, it's like
I'm
so
shook
much
right now.
less toxic.
Yeah.
Like everybody listening should have a wooden cutting board, absolutely not a plastic cutting board. Like that's what I feel like one of the easiest things you can switch out. Same with utensils. We've slowly been switching out utensils. Like we still have a few plastic ones, but we have like mainly like silicone or wooden. And then even like your containers for like leftovers and stuff, instead of plastic, you should be using glass.
Glass.
So, and obviously this can like bleed into everything else. Like again, it's overwhelming when you think about it. Like all of our food comes in
Hmm.
plastic, all of our, even like in the documentary, one girl was ordering clothes from a brand that was supposed to be like natural fibers and organic, but then it's like she's like, but it still is shipped in plastic to get to me, like so it's
Yeah.
just
So there's like no way around some things just because our world is that
Yeah,
plastic heavy.
we basically, like some of the people in the documentary were saying it was like we were almost brainwashed into being like yes to plastic because like if we truly knew how damaging it was to us and our environment, like it would just be a hard no.
Yeah. Well, I wonder when plastic like took over. Do you know what
Let
I
me
mean?
see
Does
if
it
I
say it?
have a date. So everybody should watch the documentary because there was so much information, like even taking notes, it was impossible just to get
Right, right.
everything. I don't think I have an exact date, but I think it really picked up, like in the 60s and 70s, and it's only
Like when
gotten
like Tupperware parties
worse.
were.
Yeah. Yeah, I forgot about
Yeah.
Tupperware parties.
Yeah.
But like even and like the world itself is not perfect, but the United States is particularly bad. Like when it comes to ingredients
Hmm.
that are like banned in products, like even like our makeup and our lotions, our food, literally everything. In Europe, there's like over 1,100 ingredients banned, and then in the United States, it's just like a handful. Like I have down here 9. So it's like,
Wow.
why, like, what's the point of the
Yeah.
FDA if they're not banning
Yeah.
things that are harmful to us, you know? And it's like, we don't even know the extent of everything yet because they're like, oh, well, so much of this is okay. But it's like, okay, but if we're getting it from literally everything all day, every day, it's
Hmm.
like, it's gonna
That's what
add
I'm
up.
saying.
It's
Like
gotta
it's
be
like
unhealthy.
an overabundance now. Like everything,
Right.
you know?
Yeah, so again, she went in their homes, she made some changes with them. She went grocery shopping with them, told them like what they should be getting, what they shouldn't be getting. It's like even if
Hmm.
you think about it, it's like okay, so you go to the store and you pick out like tomatoes or whatever. So most times like you're gonna take those and you put them in a plastic bag at the store. But it's like
Hmm.
like when you think about it, like why? I will say because I started doing this a while ago, and it seems so weird at first to like pick out fruit or vegetables and stuff and not put them in a plastic bag. Like putting them in your cart, you feel like, oh my God, this is disgusting, right? But if you think about it, it's like they grew in the ground or wherever. They grew in dirt.
Yeah.
They grew outside. They're sitting out in the grocery store where everybody's probably touching them anyway. And then you take
Right.
them home
Yeah.
and you usually wash them anyway.
Right.
So
Right.
why does it need to go in the plastic bag? It
Yeah.
doesn't.
Yeah.
It doesn't.
So have the people working there like asked, like, why didn't you put these in a bag?
I've never had anyone ask me no. I feel like I do
Oh,
self-check it a
huh.
lot of the time, but even
Mm.
so, it's like, okay, one, we don't need to use it like we're saving the environment, and two, it's
Right,
not good
right,
for us anyway.
right. I was just curious.
Yeah, no, nobody's ever said anything to me. I always feel weird at first, like, okay, but whatever.
Yeah.
Um, let me look up my notes real quick. Okay, so for in these couples,
Wow.
they also, they were testing the men's like semen. So
Hmm.
basically, they had a very low sperm count. I learned it takes about 70 days to create new sperm. So that's why they did the experiment for like 70 or for 90 days because when they
They
tested them
wanted
at
to
first,
create new. Yeah.
yeah, you need to create new sperm apparently. And there was the couple of like one couple like you had been trying for 22 months, 24 months, over 10 years, 2.5 years. So it had been a while. And then so at the end they did the testing again and everybody's numbers were so much better, so much healthier. And I think it
Wow.
was 4 out of the 6 couples that got pregnant.
Wow.
So it obviously makes a
Wow.
difference. And this is what this lady is saying. She was like, it's just unfair. Like everybody has a right to have a baby if you want to have a baby. But
Right.
you think the government would want to protect us, but that's not the case. Everything's just profit, profit, profit. So
Hmm. And how can I make it cheaper? Cheaper,
exactly. And that's the
cheaper.
thing
Yeah.
too. There was a fashion designer on there who had breast cancer that she had fought off, and she was doing some kind of like photography session or something where she had other girls come and they realized there was like 3 out of the 9 girls had breast cancer. So it was very important to her to make, healthy natural fiber clothes for her brand. And this is what she went into. But she did explain like how it is so incredibly expensive. This is why these people use the polyesters because it's so much cheaper.
Yeah.
So it's just sad that everything
Damn.
goes back to profit and
Everything.
greed. Yeah.
Hmm.
Some chemicals have other consequences, such as obesity. It could be like ADHD, Alzheimer's, autism, early heart attacks, strokes. Like it literally affects people more than you could ever imagine. It's crazy that kids or babies are born with microplastics already literally in them. It's like microplastics can travel through your breast milk, which is insane.
Oh my gosh.
And like, so a mother, they were saying like a mother literally like what she's exposed to, it can affect like three generations. Because if you think about it, her baby, it's affecting her, her baby, and then her baby girl is born with all of her eggs. So it's potentially affecting that generation too. I know, isn't it wild?
That's wild.
So like even if we made all these changes, which again, some changes are better
Yeah.
than none, but
Right.
like to get full results, like it would literally take generations to see what could happen.
That's insane.
It's super insane. Baby toys have like they're just off the walls, like off the charts, the level of chemicals in them, which is just again crazy because you think we'd want to protect like our littlest members of
Hmm.
societies, but our society just doesn't seem that way. And then they were mentioning girls who use hair products earlier started their periods earlier. There was a
Wow.
link to that. And having period early makes a higher risk for breast cancer and uterine cancer. So I think
Wow.
they were saying that like it really specifically affected black girls because they were using hair products typically earlier to maintain their hair.
Wow.
So again, just crazy. But yeah, again, they said like the plastic industry is a lie. We're okay with it because we believe most plastic can be recycled, and that's not the case. Recycling plastic is not profitable. They did like an investigation with ExxonMobil, and like they had emails stating like recycling is not profitable, therefore they like don't do it. Despite telling people you can recycle, like it's not that bad. We'll recycle, when it's like really it's a lie. Like they're not taking the time to do that.
Well,
And
I've
they
had arguments. Oh, go ahead.
no, I
Go
was
ahead.
just saying, and then they reiterated that like fashion, which is it's tough because it's like I love
Hmm.
fashion, clothes are so cute, whatever. It's like it's so fun, but fashion is so unnecessary, and that's like the biggest, like one of the biggest things. Like we're stuck in this fashion era, and there's so much waste. And I think I said like 35% of the of microplastics in the ocean come from textiles, which is fabric.
Oh my God.
Yeah. So it really makes you want to like thrift more and not
Yeah.
buy all this new stuff. It's hard because it's so fun to buy new stuff. And obviously, like, where it's all marketed towards us. Like, we're on
Hmm.
social media constantly. There's always ads for all this stuff. Influencers are influencing us saying, you need this, you need that, but it's like in reality, we
Hmm.
don't.
Yeah. Damn.
I know.
I was
So,
gonna say I've had so many arguments with my dad about recycling, um, because I can't remember when, like when I was little, they recycled and then they like got away from it for a while and they
hmm
like stopped recycling. And then Jordan, probably like first grade, maybe, he like talked about recycling in class and was like, we don't have a recycling bin and all this stuff. So I had to
yeah.
like call the company, request them to bring one. They brought
Aw.
us, like a big green recycling bin.
hmm
And so like we recycle now, but my dad will still be like, it's all going to the same place. Like he'll
Yeah.
still like make that comment. And I'm like, well, we can only try as hard as we can,
It's so
The
tough
once it's out of our
because,
hands, it's,
yeah,
we don't know, but he's like, I know. It's
yeah.
it's not,
It's tough because you want to do the right thing and it feels
Right.
good to do the right thing.
Hmm.
But it's a bummer if, it doesn't, like you said, once it's out of
Yeah.
your hands, if it doesn't make it there, then I don't
Hmm.
know.
Yep.
But Just a lot of food for thought. I encourage everybody to watch
Damn.
it because it was very
Yeah.
interesting. And again, there's so much information that like there's no way I could say it all. So
Yeah.
it's only like an
Yeah.
hour and a half doc.
Yeah. I'll definitely watch it. I just wasn't in like the right mindset. I was
Yeah,
like,
I
number
know.
one, I needed something like didn't have to pay attention to as much. You know what I
Right.
mean? Like, and
Hmm.
like take notes and stuff.
No, it
So,
was one of those things again too. I haven't said it in a while, but I used to say it all the time in the pod where Parker came out and he's like, "What are you watching?" And I'm like, "Oh, it's like all about plastic detox and and he's like, "You watch the most depressing stuff." And I'm like, "But it's interesting. I feel like I need to
hmm.
know." It's like even though I already
Yeah.
kind of know, it's like I just need to
Yeah, you knew a lot, but I'm
yeah.
sure you learned some stuff, you know? I
Definitely.
didn't think about it affecting our hormones or breast cancer or anything like that,
Hmm.
you know?
Yeah, and as a girl who like I really don't hardly ever put anything in like I hate like hair products. Obviously I wash my hair, but like or I don't wear a lot of makeup. It's like almost that's kind of a good thing.
Yeah.
Because they
Yep.
say our skin is our biggest organ
Oregon, it is.
and it absorbs a lot of what we put on it. So even
Hmm.
perfumes, just
Yeah.
literally everything.
Mm.
So
Girl.
so not to be depressing everybody, but
Well, well,
food
now
for thought.
we're gonna get more depressing because Lamar Odom
Oh.
isn't that great either.
This is true. This is true. I learned a lot from that doc that
Yeah.
I didn't know about. So there's a new doc on Netflix. What is it called?
Untold, the death and life of Lamar Odom.
Oh yeah, and when Carrie first told me like we should watch this, I was like, did he die? Like I didn't think he
Yeah.
died. But like you said, he really was actually kind of dead for 3 days. So
Hmm. Yep.
essentially.
And I wasn't expecting her to be on, Chloe. So like I watched it before, you know how like on Netflix it'll show like a certain interview or whatever, like the
Hmm.
picture will be like a clip. It was just him. So when I started watching it,
Oh,
I didn't know she was going to be in it. It's not like
yeah.
she advertised it or anything. Like
Yeah.
I had no idea. Like she wouldn't advertise that, but go ahead, Chloe, tell your side of the story and get your bag. Like, well, okay.
I mean, it
Um,
was interesting to hear.
it was, and I'm glad she did it. And
Hmm.
I mean, I remember this time. So I had a little baby. You were still pregnant, I think. I think you were pregnant then.
Probably.
Um, and I remember being so invested in them. Okay. So
Hmm.
like I think I might have talked about this before when we talked about I feel like we talked about him before, like in our one of
Probably.
our first episodes. But um my ex was a basketball player and then I always related to Chloe. So we were always like Chloe and Lamar. And so
Hmm.
then and like even little like because I used to watch the show and stuff too. I was always into the Kardashians, but I loved their spinoff. I loved, I loved like seeing their lifestyle and stuff because that's what he was like wanting to be. He wanted to be an NBA player and like, you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
so I just related to them. Um, and obviously I didn't go through half the shit she went through, like not even close. But he did always remind me of Lamar. And
Yeah.
so it is kind of weird. Like for a while, I couldn't watch anything with the two of
Oh.
them because
Hmm.
like it like
Reminded you
hurt,
so much. Yeah.
Yeah. And I remember watching how she took care of him for so long after all that and being there
Yeah.
for him. And I remember all the hate she got because she wasn't letting people in the hospital. And I remember, all these little tidbits that she talked about in there, like, oh no, well, actually, somebody was trying to rob him and, we had to shut
Hmm.
down the hospital. And actually, his dad was, which I don't know if you watch Chloe and Lamar, but his dad was like that.
Yeah, I do
His dad
remember
wanted
that.
shit from him. And so
Yeah,
his
he
dad
just
was
wanted
like that.
money and
Yes. And
yeah, he
all the
didn't want
things,
it wasn't
he
about
didn't
love or
at all, ever. And
yeah.
so, and I feel like she knew all that. Like she knew how his
Hmm.
family was. And they've
Hmm.
always only wanted stuff from him. Not all of his family members, but I'm saying like the dad for sure.
Yeah.
Um, and I do think he loved his kids, but I do think he got a big head and was all about the celebrity, like even on Chloe and Lamar.
Hmm.
And I'm thinking how honest I want to go. As a woman, who has been with a guy that didn't really do everything he could for his kids. And you could
Hmm.
try as hard as you want. You can bring it up, but they're going to give you some bullshit and
Hmm.
you really don't know what's going on. So I relate to her in that aspect too of not really knowing. I'm just like going off of what I was told, and I'm sure she was too. But it was sad and heartbreaking to see his kids come on and talk about when he stood them up and
Hmm.
when, just they didn't really have the best relationship. But they were excited to go to Christmas and stuff because
Yeah.
they knew they were getting a good gift from Chloe and a good gift from Chris. So, like, I don't know. I could relate to her on that too. Just like a whole thing. I could relate to her when she was with Tristan too. So, like, love her.
Yeah.
Yeah. So basically, he had a drug addiction
Hmm.
and he would go on benders and she wouldn't see him for days, weeks, whatever, and wouldn't be able to get a hold of him, nothing. Then she said sometimes she would get a phone call from a girl, or even her mom would get a phone call from some girl he was hooking up with in a hotel room getting high and whatever. And they needed, them to come get him out because, he wouldn't leave or whatever,
Hmm.
he was so far gone.
Yeah.
And so it was like this secret that like Chris and Chris and Chloe, at least case, had to like keep, and they had to
Hmm.
keep the facade and like that has
Yeah.
to be so draining and like no wonder, no wonder she was so like messed up after all that. Do you know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Hmm.
So I don't know. It just kind of like showed an inside look on an addict and how it
Hmm.
not only affects their life, but it affects everyone around them, including their kids, their wife, their friends, their mother in law, their other family, like
Hmm.
all of these things. And watching it, I didn't feel like he had any animosity against Chloe when I was
No.
watching it. But now that he's doing all these interviews after, he is like I'm so pissed. Like he is for instance, somebody asked him, they brought up, about Chloe and about how she, like is a good one and she took care of him and, without her, like she saved his life. He was like, she didn't save my life, God did. And it's like, okay, yes, God did save your life, but your ex-wife literally was like
Yeah.
wiping your butt and like
Right.
helping you talk and walk again. Like, come on
Yeah.
now.
Yeah.
I don't
And
know. Have you seen any of the interviews?
I
I feel like they're
haven't
all over
I
now.
haven't. You told me, which I need to, you probably have sent me stuff. I've been really bad at looking at my
Hmm.
messages on Instagram, but it is wild to hear because yeah, I don't think he would have had the same recovery and be where he's at today if
He
it
wouldn't.
wasn't for her.
She paid for things like even put him in a house near her, not in her house,
Hmm.
but near her, hired help, all these things. And she says she literally, okay, first, before I get into that story, there was also another one where the interviewer asked him, Chloe said that your dad came to the hospital, was trying to pull the plug, but, essentially, and they asked him in a way where it wasn't like this asshole, like they weren't like being
Hmm.
like that. They were just reiterating what was said. And he's like, that, I don't believe that. That didn't happen. And it's like, you literally know how your dad is. I've watched the
Right.
show, you've seen
And
him. And
that could
Chloe,
just
why
be,
would she lie about that one thing when she is like
yeah.
being so honest about everything, telling her side of the story, like
Yeah.
where I'm going to get into the story. So she
But
said
but
that,
first
oh, yeah,
and
yeah,
for people
yeah.
who don't know, so he went on a bender. He was at
Oh, yeah, yeah. Sorry.
whatever ranch.
The Bunny Ranch
Okay, so he's hooking up with
in
girls.
Vegas. Yeah.
He's
In the
partying.
middle of nowhere.
He came in, I think he admitted like yeah, he had recently done cocaine. He was there for a couple
Like 2
days.
days prior. Like two
Yeah.
days prior.
He was there for a
Yeah.
couple days. There was some kind of pill. I don't know if it was like some kind of like sex pill or whatever. It
Yeah.
wasn't like something you'd get from a doctor,
It
but
was like Viagra, but like not like a
like you're getting from the
prescription.
gas station type of
Yeah. Yeah.
it
Like
looked
in
like,
like a package.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
So he took apparently 12 of them. So he was unconscious. He was foaming from the mouth, all the things. The girl called like the owner of the ranch. He came, he was looking at the package. It said take like one every 24 hours. And again, this man took
So he
12.
wasn't the owner. He was
Oh,
just
okay.
like somebody working the desk because the
Oh,
owner
okay.
goes on to like make money after this. So that's
That's
why I
true.
don't want to get them confused. Yeah.
Okay.
He was like the guy that worked the desk. So he's in the documentary giving a first person look
Mm-hmm.
into what happened too.
Right.
Because Lamar was there, but he wasn't there for that. You know what I
Right.
mean?
So
So
they
it is
finally
kind of
got
cool to
him.
like hear his side
Yeah.
of the story. Yeah.
Definitely. But they finally got him the medical attention. They got him to the hospital. They had him all hooked up. He was unconscious for 3 days. That's where they say like he was literally dead for like 3 days. He was on a breathing machine, all of the things. Chloe came. Obviously his family came. So that's kind of when Chloe like was witnessing his dad like trying to snoop through his things and take money and this and that. That's when she locked down the hospital. Um,
That was somebody else.
what? That snoop through his things?
So his dad was just saying, "Yeah, take him off, like blah blah blah." And she was
Mm,
like, "Joe, what will it take for you to leave?" And
yeah.
he was like, "This, and this." She's like, "Done." And then he
Oh.
took his money and shit and then left. This was somebody else that like Lamar owed money to, like a drug dealer or somebody else
That's so
random
terrible.
that came when she wasn't there, which she was there at the hospital like a lot,
Yeah.
but it would just happen to be sometime when she wasn't there, and that's why she locked it down.
Mm.
And that's why like the family's like talking shit about her, and she's like I don't know all you, like
Right.
I was married to him and I don't know you and I'm not going to
Right. So at
like
this point, they've been
let you
going
in.
through the
Yeah,
divorce, but it's not
yeah,
final. So she's technically
yeah.
still his wife. So she's making the medical decisions. She's
Mhm,
doing all the calls. She's showing up every day, doing all the hard things. Finally,
mhm,
after he's like learned to walk again and he's finally getting a little bit better, she does what you say. She gets a house near her.
mhm.
She hires a chef. She hires everybody. So he's well taken care of all the things. At this point, she doesn't think he has a phone, that he really still can't even talk that well
Talk.
anymore.
Yeah,
She comes to the house one day. She says, once you know the smell of crack, you know the smell of crack. She walked in, she smelled it. He's out there smoking
yep,
crack. He's texting because she's like, how do you even get this? Finds out he
yeah.
has a phone. He's doing much better than she had previously thought. And that's when she pulled the plug and said, like, I'm done.
Well, that's when she punched his ass in the face and then said, "I'm done." Like
Right.
literally
But
punched his ass in the
originally, and
face.
even before all of this shit went down, originally how they even filed for divorce in the first place was that he was doing
Mm.
drugs and they were having an intervention. And the interventionalist, is that what they're called? And everybody said,
Interventionist, everybody around in the circle was like, "You have to say
basically,
that you
like,
will divorce
yeah,
him.
give him an
You have to.
ultimatum. You clean up
You
your
have
act,
to."
you go to rehab, or you are getting divorced. And so that's what she said. And because everybody's like, there's no way he's going to divorce you. But he said, nope, let's do it. Sign the papers. I'm ready
Isn't
for
that
a
shit
divorce.
crazy?
And she was
Isn't
like,
that
and
shit
I
crazy?
didn't want, that's not what
Yeah.
she wanted.
She's like, I loved him so much. I didn't want
Mm-hmm.
to, but I was like, damn, he doesn't want to be with me. And
Mm-hmm.
I had to follow through with like my threat on it,
Right.
and
And then all this other shit happened.
so basically when she punched him in the face, she realized this motherfucker can talk more than he's
Mm-hmm.
leading on.
Mm-hmm.
He is more aware of what's going on. He has a fake, like a, not a fake phone, like
A burner
a
phone.
secret phone.
Yeah.
Yeah, a burner phone, and is texting his drug dealer and getting shit delivered behind my back. And meanwhile, I just taught him how to walk, how to talk. I taught him who his family was, who his kids
Mm-hmm.
were, because he didn't remember. Like, literally. And I remember everyone being like, she's a real one, because I wouldn't have done that. Like, I
Yeah.
remember so many people saying that, and then literally to have it like blow up in her face. And she
Mm-hmm.
was like, you have 24 hours to get the fuck out.
Yeah.
And so apparently he got the fuck out. So they did just reunite on the Kardashian show this past year.
Mm.
And he was still trying to get with her. And
Mm.
she was not having it.
Yeah.
And now, like at the time when I was watching it, I was like, gosh, she's kind of harsh. Like I remember like being like that. But I didn't know all of this shit. Now
Yeah.
I see why she was so
Yeah.
harsh.
Mm-hmm.
Now I see why she was like putting her boundary up.
Yeah.
you know. But I think I always just have had like a soft spot for the two of them. So like
Yeah.
I was like, no, blah blah, like he would love her kids, like there is all like I literally
Mm-hmm.
was like,
Yeah.
I had a soft spot, and now I'm like, oh,
You
fuck
get it.
that. Like,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
I know.
That
It's
was
tough.
crazy. And now, like, all these interviews that are coming out, he's just not saying nice things about her. He's not saying
Yeah.
mean things, but like not nice things, you know?
Yeah.
Like he's just like acting like she had nothing to do with it and like that he could have did this without her. And there's no fucking way. You would have
No.
been dead.
I
Your
mean, if
dad
it
would have
wasn't
pulled the
for her,
plug.
exactly.
You would have been
Exactly.
dead, you know?
Hmm. And he
So,
probably only
I
said
mean,
pull the
there's a bunch of
plug
other things
in hopes that
that
he would
we
just be getting money, you know?
literally,
So,
and there's a bunch of other things in the deck that we didn't even get into, like about his son and all these
hmm.
things, but that
He did have a
just
hard
had so
life.
much trauma. He did.
Yeah.
His mom died when he was 12, I think, from cancer. I read his book.
Mm.
It came around, I want to say it was around like the pandemic time, because that's when I
Okay.
like picked up reading again. And I remember reading his book and Jessica Simpson's during that time, and they were both so good. They were two of
Mm.
the best like autobiographies I've ever read. Like they
Hmm.
were so good. And she talks about like addiction too. She was an alcoholic and stuff, which not a
Yeah.
lot of people know.
Mm-mm.
But they were just such good autobiographies too. And so I knew a lot of that stuff, like about his mom and things like that. His
Hmm.
friend Jamie actually like died too, and I want to say it was from drugs. Like,
Mm.
so I don't know. I think he's probably not in a good space mentally, and like he's listening to the wrong people. So those people are probably talking shit about Chloe and being like, she kept you from your family, all these things. And like, so that's like the mindset he's going into all
Yeah.
of these interviews. So I don't know. I hope I hope he stays sober and I don't know.
Well,
I
I
do. I
mean,
just have such a soft spot for him,
that's what they
you
were
know?
saying at the end of the doc is that he never went to rehab. He got out
Mm-hmm.
of this whole thing. He
Yeah.
recovered, but he still hasn't, it's like almost like he acts like it didn't happen, and he
Happen.
hasn't
Mm-hmm.
gotten the true help he needs to recover from being an addict. So I think he's still
Right.
very vulnerable
Well,
to,
even going to therapy, I think the therapist would be like, okay, you need to think about that time where you were dead and literally had to be taught how to walk again, talk again, to like kind of like let it sink through his brain.
I
Do you know what I'm
know,
saying?
like
Like, I
if that
think he's
isn't
not even
rock
thinking about
bottom
it.
to help
Yes.
you or encourage you to make a
Yeah.
change, like I don't know what else
Like, I
it's
think
gonna
you're right.
be.
I think he's like out of sight, out of mind, like not even
Hmm.
dealing with it. Like, that's
Yeah,
why I don't even think he's like in therapy, like talking about it, which, like,
yeah,
that mean man needs therapy. So,
for sure.
so
We all
yeah.
need therapy, but
Yeah, I know. But him especially. Like, don't come after Chloe.
uh,
Oh, so yeah,
it's so funny.
we should probably wrap it up.
We should. Okay, so next episode we are going to be discussing, what are you watching again? What's coming up that you're
Um,
watching? I thought you
I don't
said
know
something.
what I don't remember. What am I watching? Did I? Oh, no, that comes out in May. What did I tell you I was
I
watching?
don't remember. I thought you said something came out in a
Oh,
couple days.
yeah, yeah,
Is it some of the villa?
yeah. Outside the villa, after the villa. Oh my God, what is it called? Love Island, after the villa, I think.
You tell me,
I
girlfriend.
forgot.
I don't
I
know.
forgot. I forgot. I think it's gonna come on every day, like how Love Island does. So it'll
Okay.
be a lot to discuss.
Oh, Beyond the
Lots of
Villa.
drama. Beyond the Villa. I'm like, why
There we
can't I
go.
think of what it was
There we
called?
go.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I don't know. I
Okay.
don't know.
Well, we'll just have to fly by the
We'll have
seat of our
to,
pants.
yeah, you
I'm
know
really
how we
good at
do.
doing that.
Yeah, we'll see. There's so
Um,
much, I'm sure. Yeah.
yeah, but if there's anything that you guys want us to talk about, please let us know. We're always happy to
Yes.
watch or listen to something. And yeah, we're working on more of our current obsessions. I think that's going to be kind of like a repeat theme that we have. So
Yeah.
we're excited to share what we love.
Yes.
So yeah, until then, thanks for listening.
All right. Bye.
Bye.